Yes, sir. Here is part 3 of What If Naruto Faked His Death. So, like, sub, turn on notice, and share this video if you enjoy. And also, I have to say 3 things. Shout out to Hero Sage. Go check out my gaming channel. Just Sir Claps. It's just Sir Claps. And go check out my brother's channels. He's gonna start making what ifs, and he makes montages and stuff too, which is pretty cool. So go check out all of those that I just said, and yeah, let's get straight into the video. So where we left off, Naruto was waking up in his mindscape, and like he woke up in his mindscape, and Kurama said, "Oh, what do you want?" And the last yeah, he was like, "What do you want?" And Naruto said, "I have a surprise." And he used the scroll that he got last episode to open up the to open up the seal. And I'm sorry if y'all can hear background, but that's just my fam. And Naruto, he opened it up, and the Nine Tails slash Kurama said, "Can we do some training? I really want to help you out with some stuff because you're one of the worthiest Jinchuriki." And Naruto was like, "Sure." And so he started using a whole bunch of stuff with Kurama, and he learned how to do the beast bomb. He learned how to do the beast bomb just by himself. He learned how to do it, but it was a smaller version. And he said it was pretty cool. And Kurama said that he needed to go learn with B to do some stuff. And And Naruto said okay. And he went to the Cloud Village. And he asked B, can he help him with the Nine Tails? B said sure. And they went to that place. And Naruto, he thought since everybody had like some type of thing, whatever, they had toads, snakes, and like birds and stuff like this. Sorry for the background. They had all of that stuff. Hold up, I gotta go do something real quick. They started learning some stuff, and B said that he could pick out any type of he wanted, any type of thing that he wanted, and to help him. And B was just saying that because he didn't have like not a toad or nothing, because Jiraiya offered him the toads, but he said no because he said that the toads weren't like his type. He liked stealthy stuff. He likes like stealthy animals like eagles or snakes or something like that, or a lion or something like that. Even though it's not a lion, but he said that, and he gave away his offer. Naruto said, "No, I do not want a toad." And Jiraiya was okay with that, but anyways, let's just get back to B and him doing the training. And Naruto told him that he learned the beast ball by himself, the beast bomb or whatever. And B thought that it was impressive because he did that by himself with Kurama. He didn't have no help. And since he did that by himself, B knew it wasn't going to be hard to train him. And so B told him everything about Kurama and how it was one of the it was like the strongest um um it was one of the strongest whatever, I forgot the name. It was one of the strongest tails. And so Naruto thought that was really pretty cool, but he wanted to know who the strongest tail was. And he asked who was the strongest tail, and B told him that, like, I don't know its name, but he said that it was the Ten Tails. And Naruto was like, the Ten Tails. Now I want the Ten Tails. But he said, but I don't want it. And he said, I'll just stick with Kurama. And Kurama, actually, he was pretty surprised because he thought Naruto just wanted power in this world. And, like, you know what I mean. And Naruto, he liked Kurama because, like, all the things that Kurama could do, and, like, how he wasn't disrespectful to him, like the villagers. And Naruto learned a lot of stuff, but he didn't learn any new techniques. But the only thing he really didn't learn is that he already knew this, but B told him anyways that he could get chakra from Kurama, and that Kurama could help heal him, and Kurama could help him in battle. Naruto said he thought that in mind. He kept thinking about it, and you know that one thing. Oh yeah, I'm thinking of my other what if. Oh yeah, and go check out that what if. I'm gonna just plug it right now. What if X can remember when Naruto's parents? I just plugged it. Just like time. But anyways, he was thinking about a cool move that they could do. He was trying to make a cool move, and he wanted to probably do something with the beast bomb. And since he had a son with Shinran, even though the beast bomb could fail, he wanted like a shuriken beast bomb. He thought that would be kind of cool, and he thought that like he could control it with his mind or something. And he kind of got bored, so he was like, I'll probably just go get a bounty. And the bounty that he wanted was Gato. So last episode, the bounty that he wanted was Gato because he didn't want Zabuza and Haku and the 7 Demon Swordsmen to be bad like that because, you know, he was kind of like the commander of them now. He didn't want Zabuza and them to turn out like Gato, like a low-life thug. He didn't want them messing around with that low-life thug, so he wanted to exterminate him from the picture. So he went to Gato's place, and all of the guards there, they sensed his chakra, and then they got on guard. And then right when they tried to get on guard, they felt something. Time slowed, and Naruto, he did this. He slowed down time, and then he unslowed it because he thought since he had the manipulation power and all of that stuff from the Shadow Clan, like he could use it. And then he put his Mangekyo Sharingan in the other eye, and he used the both of them because it was a lot of people. And so he kept thinking what he should do. He thought that he should take off the manipulation thing and steal some of their jutsus because he could, steal their jutsus. And he really didn't find the jutsu so interesting because he read in there and he already had all those jutsu. So he went back from the exit. Well, he already had killed all of them, but he wanted to redo it. So he reversed time back to like 20 seconds because he killed all of them in 20 seconds. And he just slowed down time and killed all of them in a matter, for them it was a matter in 3.3 seconds. For him, it was the regular 22nd. But he didn't kill Gato yet. He killed all of his guards though. And he walked up to Gato's place and he said, Gato, it's time for you to die, you low life thug. And Gato was like, he will never get me. And Gato, he was like he was looking at Naruto pretty suspiciously, and he pulled out a gun and started shooting Naruto. Naruto slowed down time and dodged all of the bullets. He ran up to Gato really fast, grabbed Gato and said, "Put down," and Naruto said, "Put down the gun, or I'll kill you with my special moves, you little thug." And Gato kept shooting, and Naruto, like, he shot 20 bullets right in front of Naruto, and Naruto hurried up and activated the time right before the bullets could hit him, and he moved out the way. And he went all snow mode. He went snow mode. And Gato was like, "Okay, please stop." And Naruto was like, "No." And he grabbed out his daggers and said, "Snow mode." And everything got snowy and foggy, so Gato couldn't see. Naruto jumped in the snow and swam in the snow. And then he popped out in front of Gato and stabbed him. Gato fell to the ground, dying. And Naruto grabbed him and took him to the bubble tea shop. Let's just say he got 5,000 Ryu from that, because Gato was just a low-life thug. He really didn't have nothing in him, so he was just a low-life thug. So he got mere money, and he said, "Man, that wasn't even worth it." Gato bounty was not even a lot. I should have looked on the paper. That says 5 million Ryu. I think I should go back to school. And Naruto in his head just said, "Just kidding, I'm never going back." And he said, "I'm kind of bored. I'm gonna go back home." He went back to his village, and he noticed something. That it was five people's chakras. And he knew it wasn't the 7 demon swordsmen, because there was only 5 of them. And then plus, their chakra, he sensed their chakra that was different. He sensed 4 medical ninja in 1 person. And that person was Sasuke. Sasuke wanted revenge after a year. So by now, Naruto was 16. And Naruto, he was like, "Come out now. I already know you there. I've been when y'all snuck up on me, but I didn't think you would come here." And Sasuke was like, "Well, I brought these 4 medical ninjas because you're going to need them." And Naruto was like, "Okay." And Naruto had the best chakra control. He was like, "Since I love sea so much, let's go on the sea." And he went to the sea and started walking on it because he had some good chakra control. He had like the best. And Sasuke was like, "Okay, nice, a challenge." And he walked on the water too. And Naruto started off with the Rasengan. He ran up to Sasuke and boom, hit him right there in the stomach with it, making him cough up blood a little bit. And then he ran back up to Sasuke, kicked him in the face. And Sasuke did a 360. And he did a 360, he turned around, he turned back facing Naruto. As he was getting up, Naruto used his Uzumaki chains and said, "This is over for you." And he used time. He used his Shadow Clan Eye in his Mangekyou Sharingan, and he didn't use his time. And Sasuke said, "You don't deserve that eye." And Naruto just kicked him in the face and he said, "Yes, I do." And he said, "I would kill you, but I don't want that on my record." And then he punched Sasuke and punched him again and punched him again. And then he said, "Shadow Clone Jutsu." And they all went underwater and they all used um water dragon jutsu. They all hit Sasuke and Naruto went back up, swam back up and used his chakra control. And Naruto said, "Oh, what are you gonna do about it, you baby?" And Sasuke was like, "Ah, I will kill you." And Naruto, he was like, and then Sasuke was like, "Let me out of these chains, you coward." And Naruto was like, "I have to do one more thing." And he made a whole bunch of clones, and he said, and he did, and then they used all of the elements. So it was like one of them used fire, one of them used water, and like earth and stuff like that. And the water, earth, didn't do that much damage, but the the fire, earth, and they didn't do much damage because it was on water. They were on water. But on the other hand, the life or whatever, the earth style or whatever, it did a whole bunch of damage as well as the water. And the snow really didn't do nothing but freeze, put a snow on it. But the snow, it went away. And Sasuke was like, "What Chibu was that?" As his nose was bleeding. And Naruto used the beast bomb, and Sasuke dodged it, but in the end, it kind of broke a mountain in the back. And Sasuke was like, "That could have killed me," as he was breathing very hard. And Naruto was like, "You giving up?" And Sasuke was like, "No, I'll never." And Naruto, the battle lasted all the way until night, cause that's what Naruto needed. The battle lasted into night, and Naruto only got hit once by Sasuke, and Sasuke was like, "How can he fight this long?" And like, why was he fighting this long if he could have finished me? And Naruto was like, "Finally, my secret move." He went into his cloak mode and then punched Sasuke right in the stomach, and to the point where he coughed up blood. And Sasuke was like, "Oh, what is he doing? He waited all this long just to do this?" And Naruto was like, and then Naruto started doing something, and he blood bended. He blood bended his blood and made a spear. No, he didn't make a spear. He made a shuriken, threw it at his knee, and took it back, and then threw it at his other knee, and Sasuke fell down to the ground, and Naruto wrapped him around in chains, and then Naruto, he wrapped him up in his Uzumaki chains, and then he bloodbended again and made a spear. He threw the spear at his shoulder and bloodbended and threw it at his other one. And then Naruto, he used his Rasengan and pounded it right in his stomach. And Sasuke, he was like very damaged and hurt. And then Naruto was like, "Just forfeit." Sasuke said, "Never." And Naruto, he was like, "Okay then. Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, but either you forfeit or you die in the hands of Naruto." And Sasuke said, that won't happen. And Naruto used some of his Nine Tails chakra and said, do it now. As he made a beast ball. And Sasuke was like, okay, I forfeit. And he let the chains go and everything. And Sasuke said, okay, I forfeit. As he got knocked out from exhaustion and severe injuries. And everybody was watching. Like, everybody from Naruto's village was watching. And they were shocked. And one particular person that wasn't supposed to be there was kinda weird. The third Hokage was there and he watched all of it. And Naruto couldn't sense his chakra because he was hiding his chakra very good. And the third Hokage said, oh God, this kid is no joke. He could kill me if he wanted. And the third Hokage got out of there really quick before his jutsu slash when he was hiding his chakra went away because he was there for several hours. And the third Hokage, he was crazy. Like, he was pretty shocked, and he told everybody what Naruto could do. And he said, do not mess with Naruto. But some people didn't listen. And one villager with no family or nothing went to Naruto's villager, asked Naruto for some money. And Naruto asked where he was from, and he said Belief. And he said, get away from me, you scum. And he was like, please, Mr. Naruto, I have no family, I have nothing, I'm just like you. And that shocked Naruto because it was only a child, and like, it wasn't a child. Let's just say that person was 10. And Naruto was shocked, and he gave him 10,000 ryu because he felt bad for him. And he said, go fix yourself up, and you can stay at my village for how long you want, and I'll train you. And that guy was shocked that right when he said that, Naruto was so eager to help him. And Naruto, he knew how it felt to have no family or nothing, to be poor and to be beat and stuff like that. And so Naruto, he had sympathy for him. But for the rest of the villagers, he had no sympathy. And so he had no sympathy, so he was kinda like some, bad guys or whatever you can say. And he said, well, that fight wasn't even hard. And he said, since it's nighttime and I can bloodbend right now, I should go out and try to test it on some people. I should probably go get a bounty. And most of the bounties were gone, except the 7 deadly swordsmen. But a couple of them caught his eye. The one that really caught his eye was killing, getting a bounty off of the one and only guy. But Kakashi was like, Naruto was like, guy? And he was like, what did Guy get into? And he forgot about he forgot about it, and then he remembered that guy used to be a thug like Gato, but he changed up his ways. That's what I'm just gonna say in that. In this really didn't happen, but that's what I'm gonna say. And guy, he really didn't want nobody to know, but Naruto knew because of people like Jiraiya. Naruto was like, I'm gonna have fun with this one, and he went to the Lee village, and he said, and he broke into Guy's place, and he said, Guy, wake up. But when Guy woke up, he was in a facility, strapped down, and he saw Naruto sitting there. And Guy was like, hey, yo, hold up. And Guy was like, what are you doing to me, Naruto? I never did anything to you. And he was like, don't start off with the lies, and that's why I'm not gonna kill you because of that reason. I'm gonna kill you because you used to do some bad things in the past, and you have a bounty on you. And he was like, no, that was the old guy. This is the new guy. And Naruto said, old or new, I'm still gonna kill you. It doesn't really matter. And Guy was like, no, please. I have to train Lee. And Naruto was like, that guy is pretty weak. And Guy said, well, because he spends most of his time with Kakashi. And he said, so doesn't that make him? Isn't that his decision? And why don't you respect it? And Naruto said, and Guy said, because I am his father. And Naruto was like, okay, I don't care. And Naruto activated his Shadow Clan eye and his Shadow Clan, not his Shadow Clan eye, and his Mangekyo Sharingan. And we was like, please don't do this to me. And then he looked at his eyes and saw that one of them was dark black with a time symbol that was like in the time symbol was moving really fast around and around in his eyes. And the other one, he was like, what? He has the Mangekyo Sharingan? And he said that out loud on mistake. And Naruto said, yes, and I also have Shadow Clan eye. And Guy was like, Shadow Clan? What the heck is the Shadow Clan? And Naruto said, well, I can't spoil anything. And he said, well, and the guy said, well, kill me. Naruto was like, okay, but I don't like killing people like this. And Guy was confused. If he was gonna kill him, why wouldn't he just kill him? And Naruto untied him from the chair and said, I like to battle people when I kill them. And Naruto said, but this one is gonna be quick. He went to snow mode, but he really didn't do nothing. He just bloodbended Guy and pulled out all of his blood out of his body and made like a rock with it, like a big rock with it, and threw it at Guy, even though Guy was already dead because all of his blood was gone. And Naruto was like, well, that was easy. But, man, bloodbending is way too easy. But I wish I could do it in the day, too. And he went back to the bounty shop, collected his bounty for 6,000 Ryu. Because at that time, Guy was way better. When he was young, he was way better. He was way better than Gato. and he did a lot of crimes, so that's why he was 1,000 more than Gato. And then he collected his body and said, well, it's time for sleep. And he went to sleep, woke up and said, I haven't went to the Sand Village yet. And then he hurried up, put on his clothes and stuff. And then he ran really fast. And he was running way too fast until he tripped on a rock. And he was like, really? I just tripped over a rock? And he was so irritated because he tripped on a rock of all things. And he said, oh, I could have at least tripped over a log or something, but a rock? And he just said, okay, I'm just going with my day. And he went on with his day and hurried up and went to the Sand Village. And they did the same thing as the cover just said, and it was like, wait, where are you from? What is your name? And they said, basically, what is your information? And Naruto was like, my name is Naruto. And he was like, he thought, and if he said Uzumaki, then it would be a little weird because, you know, he was like, yeah. And he was like, okay, my name is Naruto Uzumaki Shadow. And then he said Uchiha. And they were like, that is some interesting clans. And they knew about Shadow Clan too. Let's just say that. And Naruto was like, yeah, it's a long list. Oh, and he said, oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that's it, basically. And he said, and they let him in, and he met Gaara. Gaara was kind of in for a battle since he sensed that he was strong. But Gaara actually forfeit right when they got in the battle because he sensed that he was hiding his chakra and wanted to see how strong he was, but he knew his power level was way over his. And he said, I forfeit. And Naruto was like, but I want to have some fun. You're not fake. You're not fun, dude. And then they became friends, and Garbo said, I'm the 1/7 Jinchuriki. And Naruto was like, cool, I'm the 9/7 Jinchuriki. And Naruto was like, I wonder what he's gonna keep asking. And that one question that got him was, the question that got him was, where are you from? Where is your family? Won't they be here with you? And Naruto said, well, I have no family. They're dead. I have no love in this world, he said. Except for a couple of people. And then he said, well, I came from the Leaf Village, but I'm gonna change that to the Waves Village. I mean, not the Waves Village, the Sea Village. And he was like, oh, what is the Sea Village? Well, it's my village. And Garo said, cool. Can you take me there? And then they went back to Naruto's village. And then they went back to Gaara's village. And Gaara said, well, even though I'm pretty, even though I'm pretty young, and this one he was the same age as Naruto, obviously. And he was like, well, guess what? I'm the, hold up. My fault, but I forgot their, bro, what is that? Bruh. I forgot it. Send. He said, I'm the Suna Kagura or whatever. And Naruto said, oh, cool. And Naruto, he was like, well, I gotta go back to my village. It's pretty getting late, but catch you later, bro. He said, catch you later. And Garo was like, okay, peace, bro. And Naruto, he wanted to get there fast, so he used his time, his flash power / his time manipulation, and he went there really, really fast. He got there in a matter of 1.0 seconds. And then he went, and then, he got in the shower or whatever, and then went to sleep. And he was like, I wonder if they're done with my mansion. Because it was still a couple more days until his mansion in the Leaf Village was done. And he was like, should I just cancel it? Because I really don't like the Leaf Village, but I'll go there. And he went to his apartment in the Leaf Village, and then he went to sleep. And then the next day he woke up, and the third Hokage, it was his time to save the next Hokage, and you already know who he chose. But if you don't know, this is what happened. They were gonna pick Guy because he was stronger than Kakashi in this one and Tsunade, but they found out that he died. But they didn't know from who. And then they were gonna say Kakashi, but Tsunade was stronger. But they were gonna say Tsunade, but Naruto was overall stronger. And then plus he was kinda gonna lead them through the war anyways. So they thrown Naruto as the Hokage. And he remembered the exact faces that tried to kill him as when he was a kid. And they called him a quote unquote demon. And he remembered those people and had them executed because they were they were mean to him. And it was a couple people, but the village was still intact. And they did not call him a demon at all, except one person, and that one person was Hinata and Ino, because Naruto beat Sasuke, and in this one Hinata likes Sasuke. They're basically boyfriend and girlfriend, and in this one Ino likes Lee, and Lee got clapped in this one. Not in that way, but you know what I mean. And they were like, well, they called him a demon, and he said, do you guys want to be executed too? But this time I will do it with my bare hands. And they changed the way they talked to him instantly, because they didn't want to be executed. And Naruto was like, okay. And he went to sleep, and then he noticed something. While he was sleeping, he noticed somebody moved him. As they picked him up, he opened his eyes and he saw Lee, Sai. He saw Lee, Sai, and Sasuke about to stab him. And he woke up instantly drop kicked him, and he was like, well, and then he lied. He locked them up, and he said, well, you guys are gonna be executed. And Sai was like, please, I still have so much to live for. And he said this was their idea. And Naruto was like, well, you should know this from Kakashi. I know this, 'cause I know Kakashi. Don't be a scum and rat them out. Even though they were probably the ones who planned this, you still agreed to do it. So don't do that. So don't do that. It's just gonna make it worse. And then he waited till the morning and got some guards to let them out. And he got the whole village to come. And the village saw those 3 people tied up and Naruto with a katana. And Hinata and Ino were still sleeping, and they woke up an hour after Naruto was going to execute them. And they saw Naruto was going to execute them, and they hurried up and ran, and Sai got killed. Sai got killed as they were running. And then Lee was about to die. Well, let's just say Lee died from Naruto. And then Sasuke didn't die because Hinata, let's just say she jumped in the way of Naruto's katana and she sacrificed herself. And Sasuke was like, no, why would she do that? And Naruto was like, And then he started doing the light Yagami laugh and started laughing, and the village people thought he was insane. But he said, okay, I'm not insane, but that's just pathetic. And Sasuke got out of the like chains and whatever, and they started fighting. Naruto, he just he really didn't even care. He said snow mode, instantly snuck up behind Sasuke and stabbed him with his dagger. And Naruto was like, pitiful. And he hurried up and took off his Ambu mask before everybody could see that he had an Ambu mask on. Then he was like, well, I won't do that in front of these people. They will think I'm, some type of traitor or whatever. And he was like, well, this is a crazy day. And Ino was on the ground crying in front of Lee's corpse. And Lee wasn't even dead. Lee wasn't even dead. It was just the shadow clone that did that. Lee really didn't want to do it. Let's just say Lee learned how to do shadow clones and stuff like that. He learned how to do regular jutsus. And Lee made a shadow clone go there so he wouldn't be killed. And Lee, he hurried up and ran as Naruto was going and told Ino to come with him. And Ino went with him, and they hid somewhere. I'm not going to give the specific place. And then that was the day, and Naruto went back to sleep. And this is where I'm going to end it off. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share if you enjoyed this. And also, shout out to Hero Sage, Reese One. That's my brother. He's going to be making some bigger what if soon. And he has a bunch of montages in there too. And go check out my gaming channel. And peace.